Hi Virgo, my name is Kate. Welcome to my channel, Baby Doll Magic Tarot. So I'm going to use one of my favorite spreads today, Celtic Cross spread, 10 cards. I'm going to try and keep it to 10 minutes, so a really quick general reading for Virgo for mid-November. So all of these messages may not resonate for you, Virgo, but I hope that I can capture some of the energy surrounding Virgo right now, deliver it in a helpful, meaningful way. And if any of these messages subscribe, feel free to hit share, like, subscribe if any of these messages resonate with you, Virgo. Ten of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Lovers, Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Hermit. We have the Virgo card here, and the Three of Pentacles. So Virgo, money looks really good for you. You're very well resourced at the moment, which is great. And that's kind of conscious. You're conscious of that at least. Something is ready to go in your life. You've brought something now nearly to the completion point of it. You've finished something. For some of you, this just might be speaking to somebody like completing a manuscript or finishing their thesis, but something big you've kind of brought to completion. And you're ready to go on a new cycle, but there's some indecision around you. What you're hoping is some sense of freedom starting to kind of kick into your life, because this took a long time to complete this project or cycle or this body of work that you were doing. And you've been kind of bogged down with it. Now you're just kind of facing a level of indecision in your life at the moment, Virgo. I see indecision coming up very strongly for you. And for some of you, it might be because, I don't want to say that I'll commit myself to another project now because I spent so much time working on this. I'm not ready to just jump into something straight away again. I need some sort of freedom in my life. I need some sort of enjoyment in my life, and some sort of a liberation. I've been working, and the Chariot telling me that in the recent past, you have brought something to the world. Like, you've been working on something in a really big way, making progress in a really big way, and you're kind of ready to level up. What's holding you back, Virgo? There's something holding you back from delivering your final result or delivering the end result of this project. Maybe it's because you're yearning for freedom and you're yearning for fun more so. I feel like a lot of time had to go into this project, or a lot of resources had to go into it. You might have had to spend money, you might have had to spend time, but it looks like that's gearing you up for like really steady financial return on whatever you were doing, long-term success at least. So while I'm sure it took a lot of work and effort for you, Virgo, maybe you're just, being perfectionist mode, and this indecision is coming in around you to release this project. Is that speaking to some, Virgo? Let's see. We have the Wheel of Fortune coming up. So it's like this, whatever you've been working on in the Ten of Pentacles, there is doubt around it. You maybe don't think it's good enough. You're just not really sure what to do. You feel like you're at a kind of crossroads, and either decision that you make, it's going to be tough anyway. The Wheel of Fortune coming up in the recent past is saying like this is going to be really expansive for you. This is a time in your life, Virgo, when things are getting bigger. So you're meeting new people. If it was a book or a manuscript or a thesis, it looks like it will be received really well. It might even get you kind of publicly acclaimed. It does look like there's a possibility for work getting recognized, Virgo, this month, or right around now, really. It looks like something is still, there's some level of doubt for you around it. So it could have been something, Virgo, that you started working on even in June or July. I'm seeing as a time frame, June, July. You got it going. You had to, you had to be really spendthrift. You had to be very resourceful. You had to, gather the money, or you're allocated your resources very tactfully around this. Okay, so you're yearning for freedom now, but at the same time you're like, I have to do the right thing, and I have to get this out there. I have to honor this body of work, or honor this phase of my life that I've put so much time into. There is an element of doubt around it. So whether you don't think it's good enough to be received, I'm not sure, Virgo, but it looks like with this end result of the Three of Pentacles coming up, it looks like this work you've been doing is going to really establish you on a team. So perhaps, Virgo, for some of you, you have been doing this work to get recognized in a team in work, a team in school, something like that, along those lines of getting recognized and coming together, getting a promotion, getting onto a better sort of group that you're kind of climbing, like not social climbing, but climbing the work ladder, career ladder at the moment. I see, Virgo. I see that you're well resourced in terms of your personal finances at the moment, and this work that you've been doing, or this phase of your life that you've been on, yeah, you might have had to invest time or money, but the return is there for you. And I don't think that's what's worrying you. I think it's worry about how it's going to be perceived, how the other person will see it, Virgo, or how if you have to display what you've been working on, you're kind of like, oh, I don't think it's gonna be so impressive or something like that. You need to do the right thing and get this out there because the time is ready, Virgo. And if anything, it has been ready for a while to get this out there, or for you to just kind of complete this phase of your life. You are conscious that you want this to be just right and you want it to be totally perfect. For some of you, Virgo, you're teaching yourself, and this is like something that it can't be sloppy or anything, or it can't be anything less than perfect in your eyes, because you're teaching it to somebody else. So people are going to be learning what you're doing. If you're writing something, it's kind of like, it could be like a doctrine or something. So something like that is what I'm picking up on for some of you, Virgo. You're conscious now at the moment as well that, Virgo, there's like not much changing in your life around you with regards to this. So it's like, if it has been a group project or something, it's probably been something that's been steady for a while without much change. For some of you, that might be frustrating, and that could be where this doubt is kind of coming in, or this level of indecision. You can't make up your mind on something. It's a really hard decision you're faced with over this body of work or whatever it is you've been working on, Virgo. And I see with this Hanged Man coming up in the environment around you, that potentially it's something that you're sick of the wait on. Maybe for some of you, Virgo, you have to change people's minds, and that's what's kind of daunting for you. You're facing indecision, and then that the people that you're presenting to or on board with are on the fence too. They're not sold one way or another, and that's kind of, you're indecisive at the moment, they're indecisive at the moment, so the pressure might be on, and it seems like with this Lover's card that you just want to break free from any pressure at the moment, fly away, forget all of that. Virgo, there is some planetary buildup going on in your 5th house of creativity. So for some of you, Virgo, I think that you've finally gotten the go ahead to start blazing away with something, to start making this project happen. All that activity in Capricorn in Virgo's 5th house, there had been a buildup of planets stationed, including Jupiter here in Capricorn, which we have another Capricorn card here. Sorry, I'm throwing these all away here too. So I feel like this Capricorn activity in the 5th house, Virgo, for you was kind of like stressful because it wanted you to enjoy yourself, or at least figure out how you have fun, and work seems to be very much the focus, Virgo. So that could have been like a conflict there. And the Virgo card coming up, I'm going to speak of this being you today, Virgo, as that's how I see it. I think that for some of you, you are really hopeful that this 10 of Pentacles, completion of a cycle or whatever it is you've been working on or bringing to the phase of being ready, you really want this to speak, to be the essence of you, and like put you in a really good light, portray you well, Virgo, but also speak of you, like give people a bit of a sense of who you are. I think you've been considering who you are for a long time. The Hermit appears in the reading when it's an invitation for us to go within, soul search, reflect, get clear about what we want, and just sort of gain a new perspective. The Hanged Man and the Hermit together, it's like this quiet time, and the Hierophant is very quiet and reflective too. They're quite wise, these energies here, so it's like gaining wisdom, I think. This project that you've been working on, 10 of Pentacles, there's indecision around it, or you have to make a hard choice around it. The Hierophant tells me like you might only be holding yourself back because you just don't think you're expert enough yet, or you're completely learned on it, like learned on it yet. I think definitely you are. I think this is going to be very well received by the group of people you're with. They'll see you as like very advanced. They'll see you as quite a master. They'll see you as very skillful in what you're doing. So whatever the doubt is, Virgo, it looks like around you it's going to be well received. If anything, if it would make you feel more comfortable, Virgo, or more excited to move ahead with this and get out of this feeling that you're in right now is like a limbo situation concerning this project or whatever you've been working on, just reflect a little bit longer, do some meditation, do some breath work, see what comes to you after that when you're able to clear your mind of the doubts and the indecision. Maybe one answer will become clearer to you. Maybe one path will become clearer to you, Virgo. Either way, it looks like this is going to be an important time for you to network and collaborate and bring things all together. There was some Mars has been in the sign of Aries since June. Today, on the 13th of November, as I'm recording, it's stationed direct in the sign of Aries. For Virgo, that's going to be in your 8th house area. So that's kind of entanglements with other people. It's like shared resources. So this might be like something that you're all in together. Like there's a group of people invested in a company, invested in a new business or something like that. There's a lot riding on it, and you've been an integral part of this if that's what's speaking to you. And now during this Mars retrograde, Mars had been retrograde for 6 weeks, since mid-September to now, to mid-November. And during that time period, you might have had to slow down, and that's where this kind of stuck feeling came into things, not moving, we're not progressing. But now when that station's direct today, that's when you're going to have the energy to start like moving forward with your plans again. And that's where I see this Wheel of Fortune, things moving onwards now and starting to pick up some speed, because Virgo, the Mars retrograde had kind of made us slow down in a way and reflect on what was working, insofar as, am I putting all my effort into an area of my life and getting no return? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Or would I be better to redirect my efforts elsewhere and put more energy into these areas of my life instead? Some questions that may have come up over the last while for you, Virgo. And now with that Mars station direct, I think it's going to be time to start taking action again, Virgo. Start getting this out into the world. It's ready to go. And the indecision is the only thing I see here is some lingering indecision. But I think when you get this out there, you're going to have so much more free time, so much more personal freedom, liberated, weight off your shoulder, Virgo. Okay, well, let's check in again at the end of the month. I'll have a Virgo reading out for December. I have a more in-depth reading out already for Virgo for November 2020. So check that out. That's on my page. Speak to you soon. Bye.